friends, and welcome to this important session on electrochemistry. Here we have taken one example of a three compartment container which is forming a electrochemical cell. As you can see over here, uh, the compartment one contains zinc sulfate having concentration of 1 molar. Second compartment is KNO3 1 molar, and third is copper sulfate 1 molar solution. Now clearly, as from the reduction potentials we can see, the zinc would be acting as a anode, right, and copper would be acting like a cathode, which effectively means zinc would be oxidized and going inside the solution, and the copper ions from the solutions are getting deposited at the cathode. The volume of solutions in each compartment is taken to be 1 liter, and the charge that we are transferring is 0.1 farad. 0.1 farad. Let's see what are the concentrations once 0.1 farad is passed through this arrangement. So let's talk about the initial concentrations. So initial concentration in compartment 1, the zinc would be 1 molar, sulfate ion would be the molarity has to be 1, right? It will be effectively 1 mole because the concentration is 1 molar and the quantity of solution is 1 liter. Potassium K plus is also 1 mole, right, and NO3 minus would also be 1 mole. I'm talking in terms of moles now. Copper would again be 1 mole, and sulfate would also be similarly 1 mole. So this is the initial conditions. Now what happens is we are passing 0.1 farad. Now what change it will do? It will convert the zinc into zinc ions, right, and we are passing 0.1 farad of current. Now zinc being divalent, the amount of equivalence would be 0.1 equivalent, but if we talk in terms of number of moles, so amount of zinc that has come into the solution would be number of equivalents, which is 0.1 divided by the valency, which is 2. So effectively this is plus its addition of 0.05 mole in compartment 1 as far as the zinc is concerned. No such thing happens in compartment 2. In compartment 3, again due to the passage of this, again we can say by similar calculations that 0.1 divided by valency, which is 2, we can say 0.05 mole of copper would be deposited. Now this will be taken as a loss, so it is minus 0.05 mole that has gone out of the solution. Now let's see track the movement of the positive ions. So zinc is going to migrate from compartment 1 to compartment 2, right? Similarly, potassium is going to migrate. See, we have to maintain the electrical neutrality in all the three compartments. Here also comes the concept of a transport number. Now what is transport number? When we talk about electrolyte, the charge is carried, when we say the total charge transferred, it is basically carried in terms of anions and cations, which are a part of a electrolytic solutions. So the fraction which is conducted by the anion is the charge, or maybe it which depends on the ionic mobilities also. So it is charge conducted by anion upon total charge. Now in these questions we can see that since the charge carried by positive or negative ions is equal, therefore we can say the transport number of anion in this question is 1 by 2, say 0.5, and it is also 1 by 2, right? Now let's talk about the movement of the positive ions. So positive ions movement is basically so in the solution we have added 0.05 additional moles of zinc 2 plus ions, but as far as the conductivity is concerned, since the transport number of cation is 0.1 by 2 or 0.5, so actually what we can see is the zinc which is being transferred right into compartment number 2 would be half of it. So basically 0.05 by 2, which comes out to be, this value is 0.025. We are writing a minus sign, so this is due to the conductance of charge by the cations. From compartment 1 to compartment 2, zinc 2 plus ions are migrating. Similarly, from compartment 2 to compartment 3, the potassium ions are migrating. Now again, since the transport number of the cations we have taken to be 0.5, and here it means since the charge on the K plus ions is +1, therefore when we say 0.1 farad, it is 0.1 equivalent, and when we say 0.1 equivalent, it is 0.1 mole, because the valency of potassium is 1. Also, if we multiply by the transport number, so effectively we can see that the compartment 2 is losing 0.05 moles to compartment 3. So 0.05 moles of potassium ions are getting transferred from compartment 2 to compartment 3. So basically the third compartment, it's basically the addition of the K plus ions, which is plus 0.05, which has migrated. Now clearly the fraction of the charge is also carried by the anions. Now when we talk about the migration of the anions, so NO3 is migrating from compartment 2 to compartment 1, and since the charge is on NO3 ions is -1 and we are passing 0.1 farad, so effectively the number of moles transferred would be it is 0.1 upon 1. This is equivalence. We can also say this to be moles, because it is -1 charge into the transport number. Remember, only half of it is conducted by anions and the rest half by the cations. So basically when we say how much of NO3 has come from compartment 2 to compartment 1, it would be addition of 0.05 moles, right? For compartment 2, we can see that there is a loss of equivalent same number of moles. So we can see that 0.05 moles of K plus has gone down, right? Now clearly we can see for the sulfate ion, sulfate being bivalent, so how much of this has been transferred? It is 0.1 farad was the total charge. The valency on sulfate, or the charge on the sulfate, is 2, and if we multiply by the transport number, which is 1 by 2, so it comes out to be, the loss comes out to be 0.025. This actually is a gain for the second compartment. This is a loss for the third compartment, becomes a gain for the second compartment. So clearly if we see the transfer and all those things, the effect of the electrodes, movement of the ions, right, both negative and positive, let's describe what is the final concentration in all the three compartments. Zinc, clearly initially it was 1 mole, and out of which we can see that 0.025 mole have left, right? So basically it would mean that the zinc, see, the zinc would be, understand, initially 1 mole of zinc 2 plus ions were there, out of which 0.025 has migrated, but effectively how much was formed? 0.05. So out of 0.05, 0.025 has been transferred. So effectively the zinc concentration in the first compartment would be 1.025, because 0.025 has migrated, but still 0.025 has still remained. The sulfate ions, as we can see, the sulfate ions migration, right, is not there, so it remains 1. It remains 1 number of moles. Nitrate, it is adding, so it is 0.05, right, moles. Now what's the situation in compartment number 2? Potassium, it was initially 1 mole, out of which 0.05 has been transferred to compartment number 3, so effectively the discounting the loss, so it would be 1 minus 0.05, so it is 0.95 moles. Nitrate, as we can see that again it has migrated how much, 0.05, so again this becomes 0.95. What happens to zinc? Zinc has been transferred from compartment number 1, so it is 0.025. And as we can see the sulfate again this is 0.025, which is being transferred from compartment number 3 to 2. For the copper in the third compartment, initially it was 1 mole, out of which 0.05 moles actually left. So basically the concentration, or why we are saying concentration, because the volume of the solution is 1 liter, so it is moles as well as molarity because the volume is 1 liter. So copper is 0.95. Sulfate, we can see that initially it was 1, 0.05 was formed, out of which 0.025 migrated, so what is being left behind is 0.975. Potassium, this is coming from compartment 2, so it is 0.05. So this is the final situation in all the 3 compartments. So clearly in this video we have highlighted few concepts. One is a concept of transport number. Second, when we pass a charge through an electrolytic cell, the amount of charge would have an effect on the electrodes. So electrodes would also play a role, right? And the next thing is the transport number, right? So even though the ions are being formed, it is only few fraction which is being transported. So effectively this numerical clearly throws light on all the 3 aspects. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.